Hi, my name is Matt Ladilli and I'm a clinical audiologist and director at Hello Hearing. Thanks for watching today. We're about to follow one of our cochlear implant recipients on her journey before and after implantation. Our aim is to provide an insight into this experience to help those who may also be considering walking down this path. We hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Louisa.
No problem.
And for being so brave to share some of your story.
No worries.
So something pretty exciting is going to happen in about a week from today.
That's right, yes, week today.
Tell us a bit more about that.
I'm having a cochlear implant in my right ear. A week today.
How are you feeling about it?
I was kind of terrified, to be honest, but changed my attitude a little bit to thinking that it's a really good opportunity because life's been on hold somewhat with having such bad hearing. So got an opportunity to do something about it, and it's come around quite quickly.
It has.
I'm looking forward to it, mixed with terror.
All completely natural.
Yeah.
Yep. And so, how exactly did you reach your decision to go ahead with the cochlear implant?
I sort of don't actually sort of see it as a decision, really. It was just a natural progression, being that I'd had a hearing aid in that ear and it no longer provided any benefit. Having just no input on that side at all makes life just really, really difficult in social situations. When I had some hearing on that side, and obviously when I had full hearing on that side, life was difficult, but you could manage, get on the right side of the people and explain to people that I had difficulties hearing. But with it this bad, I'm finding just not going to events and not taking part in things was my only strategy, and that's not cool. Yep. That's not, So it's just, coming to talk to you, finding out that cochlear implant was an option was all a bit scary, but kind of exciting because, it's the next step.
And so you're wearing a hearing aid on your left ear at the moment?
Yep, and that's what's getting me through, just the one hearing aid. It's really good. I'm totally lost without it. But having sound on the other side will make a huge difference to my life, and I've got things to do.
You do.
A life to live.
You're a busy woman.
That's right. So I'll be a whole lot busier if I had a bit more hearing.
And so why can't you wear a hearing aid on the right? What was the problem there?
Just the level of hearing loss. So I guess the turning point was when I came to you and we did the speech recognition test with using just my bad ear, and I got 0%. So that's pretty clear cut. 0. And then when I was using this ear as well, I think I got 30% or something. So, realised that I do actually use lip reading. I don't consciously. I'm not consciously aware of that, but obviously I do.
And so you're a pharmacist by trade, aren't you?
I was, until my hearing gave up the ghost. So I haven't worked as a pharmacist for several years now. But I have been doing postgraduate study in the field, in public health, pharmaceutical public health. So, having hearing would be fabulous. I'd like to continue with study. Possibly get my pharmacist registration back, depending on how my career pans out and how it all fits in. But hearing is essential in order to communicate. So.
And you mentioned before about the effect your hearing has on your ability to communicate socially. And how do you go with that at home with your family? They find it quite funny, the things I miss here. But they're all, I've got 2 little daughters and my husband, they're used to what they need to do to communicate with me. So make sure they're not on this side, make sure they don't shout from another room, say, can't hear you, still can't hear you. So they're really good. I've got a lovely family, very supportive. That makes a big difference, doesn't it?
It does. And my friends as well. Obviously I explained the scenario to them, but
it is very difficult when you're in busy, noisy surroundings.
Yep.
I'm okay one-on-one, so I can, even in a noisy setting, I can, make sure I sit in the right spot and so forth. But anything beyond that with a bigger group, and I'm lost.
Yep.
Except for the person sitting right there.
Okay. It kind of affects everybody around you, doesn't it?
Well, that's right. Yeah, because it makes them feel uncomfortable knowing that I'm, out on the outer.
Yep.
So my strategy for the last year or so has just been to not go and. Not good.
Yeah, so hopefully we can change all that.
Yes.
And
that'd be very exciting.
Definitely. And so you mentioned you're quite nervous about next week.
Yeah. Haven't had a lot of surgery.
No, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So are you a bit excited though?
Yes. I just in the last week or so, I've flipped from just being purely terrified to a bit excited. Yeah.
Yep.
Because I am ready to, get going.
Yep.
Stop waiting and get going. Yeah.
Definitely. And so we've talked a bit already about the expectations and that the results vary a bit from one person to the next. And it can be quite a long road.
Yep.
With the rehab and your brain having to relearn how to hear.
Yep.
So what are your expectations at this point? Or are you just trying to keep a bit of an open mind?
I'm trying to keep an open mind, but I've been telling myself that I probably will think, oh my goodness, this is terrible. Even if I have hearing, if it doesn't sound... this hearing aid is great. My hearing sounds just like I feel it should.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure it's going to be annoying. And so I'm aware of that I'm probably going to be going, oh no, it's terrible. But that my brain has a remarkable capacity to get used to stuff as it's done over the years with the fluctuating of my hearing loss. And even when I tried the CROS when I was here, when I returned that, my brain headaches and so forth, because it had gotten used to it and then it had to get unused to it again. But it only took a couple of days, and then so I'm aware it's going to take time and effort and persistence, but I'm good at all those things.
You are, and the payoff will be worth it.
That's right. And the alternative is horrible. So
you got a lot of years still to live.
Yeah. I am 40 now, but there's a lot more years to go.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I'm willing to put in the work that it will require. I've heard the good stories of people having kind of miraculous outcomes, and the opposite of having still not happy with it after sort of, and I probably will fit somewhere in the middle there. But
we will see.
Yeah, we will see. Time will tell.
And I know we're still only really part of the way through your hearing journey. But is there any advice you might have for other people in a similar situation to you?
Yeah. Primarily come to Hello Hearing, because I've been to a lot of audiologists, but being that you offer the full range of options, other audiologists just said, oh that is terrible, wear the hearing aid, it might help you a little bit, but see you later. And that was a bit depressing to hear. So what other advice would I have? I guess don't just live with it. So many people tell me, oh yeah, my hearing's terrible as well, but they've never had a hearing test, they've never looked into hearing aids, and they get glasses for their eyesight. Why would you not get, at least have it assessed? There are a lot of different options, beyond just getting hearing aids.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's changing all the time too, isn't it?
Well, that's right. Yeah. Cost is the big problem for most people. I think they
definitely
just automatically go, no, that'll be too expensive. But and that's is a big barrier. But at least having a test, finding out where you're at. You don't have to live with it. That would be my advice.
Yep. Good advice.
And look after your hearing too.
Prevention is always better.
Prevention, Obviously, with Meniere's disease, there was nothing I could do to prevent it.
No.
But with headphones and concerts and so forth.
That's right.
You don't want to end up like this.
No, not if you can help it.
Not if you can help it. That's right.
Definitely.
Well, thanks so much for your willingness to share your story with us today. It's been really good. I know I'll be looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks when we switch on the implant. So that should be very exciting. Can I just ask one more question? So
Sure.
Can we get you back a few weeks after we switch it on and
Absolutely.
just see how you're going?
Yeah.
We'll check in with you then.
Hopefully it'll be a good news story.
I'm sure it will. That'll be
No
great.
problems.
Thanks very much.
No worries.